morning, Eastern youth. Good morning, fellow youth. In the cause of truth, in the cause of freedom. Good morning, my fellow Easterners. I am Dr. Charles Chukwuemeka Amanze. I have come in this video to enlighten you more. In this week's series, we are discussing the hierarchies. And someone says he wants to know more about the hierarchies. We have discussed the first hierarchy, which has to do with Obieze. We have discussed the second hierarchy, which has to do with the operation of the Dibias, the pastors, and the princes of the kingdom. Today we are looking into the lower hierarchy, or in other words, the third hierarchy. Just as I said earlier, if we use the word second, first, third, it looks as if they have limitation in what they can do as angels or as gods. But we use the word middle and lower to be able to classify the exact duty of these hierarchies. In today's discussion, the lower hierarchy, or in other words, the third hierarchy, and the 9 power angels of governance as listed. Today, we are going to look at the lower hierarchy as the Principatus, the Archangelus, and the Angeli. What is Principatus, what is Archangeli, and what is Angeli? The Principatus is about the principalities. That's what Principatus means. It's a kind of Latin approach. And the Archangel, we have angels, we have archangels, or archangel as the case may be. And then we have angel. But here in the Latin, it's called the Angeli. But it's angels. So we're talking about the principalities, the archangels, and the angels. This is what make up the lower hierarchy. And these are ministering spirits to oversee earthly affairs. So, to provide princes and magistrates, care for kingdoms, countries, in their special sphere as declared in the book of Deuteronomy. You see, when we begin this discussion of hierarchy, we omitted the scriptures because we don't want you to feel bored with research. We'll go straight to the discussion. And now we want you to know that what we are discussing is not made up of our own consciousness, or did we phantom it from anywhere. It is all about the scripture. So if you want to learn more about these hierarchies, you read the book of Deuteronomy and you get to know more about the hierarchy. When the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people. Engage in divine affairs. Institute and regulate worship to God. Present offerings, prayers, and pity of men to God. Order all things of minor importance. Appointed as a protector to every man. This is the sphere. That brings us to the order of the governance proper. That means the government operation is in the anchor level of the lower hierarchy. So today, in the country where we find ourselves, the governments are hunting the native doctors. The government are hunting the pastors. Why? Because they do not know that the native doctors, the pastors, and the princes of our kingdom are higher in operation or in recognition to the government that governs the land. They are after our kings, killing any of our king that challenges them in a meeting. The next day, the king will be murdered. The politicians are responsible for all the king's deaths that have happened since the regime of this administration we are into today. This administration of government that we have is a blood flow regime. I do not reserve any apology. I am teaching you so that you will understand why Eastern nation must go. Now, let's go back to the responsibility of the lower hierarchy. It says to provide magistrates. That means the work of the magistrate is within the lower court. That is to say that a magistrate of any court do not have right to sentence anybody whatsoever. It's not his right. It's not his duty. When a matter has been concluded in the court of law, it should be sent, because the court of law is the lower hierarchy. They should send their judgment to this middle hierarchy for evaluation and further confirmation if the verdict passed by the magistrate is proper or not. The legal system do not have the final say when it has to do with the affair of governance. This is where the government have faulted, and this is where the environment can never be peaceful. That is why bribery and corruption has eaten deep in our environment. Because when the magistrate receives a token of bribe, he will pass his judgment based on what he feels is the right thing. And when you go and review the judgment, you'll find out that that judgment has no base. For example, the Supreme Court rulings over the governorship Guba contest. You see, it is time we regulate all sections, all functions of government have its proper regulation according to how it was made from the beginning. So a magistrate of a court, be it High Court, be it Supreme Court, in as much as you are a magistrate, your decision or your judgment is not final. Can someone tell me it's a lie? But today, what do we have? We have a judgment when the court says it's final. That is rubbish. The court doesn't have such a power. The law is made by the people. And the legal system is under the operation of the hierarchy. So if the legal system conclude their operation according to their legal process or whatsoever rubbish they are doing there, then it should be sent their judgment or their conclusion or whatsoever thing they feel they have passed as a verdict in their court should be packaged and sent as an official document to the order of the middle hierarchy for evaluation. After which it will be sent to the higher hierarchy or the first hierarchy for further confirmation of either nullifying, accepting, or passing it as a document, as a working document, or as accepted document. This is the process by which every law should be carried out in the environment, because it is of the lower hierarchy. Caring of the kingdoms. The government responsibility is to care for the kingdoms. But today, the government do not care for the kingdoms. Rather, they maim the kingdoms. Rather, they divide the kingdoms in the process of trying to achieve their political brouhaha, as my friend used to say. In this political race of our country, it is killing the image of the people. It is killing the image of our culture. And it is separating us from the original state of living onto a manipulated state of living. Now, let us go down to look into the activities so far of the government. It is said that the middle hierarchy oversees, they oversee the affairs, all earthly affairs. That is to say, the government oversee our affairs. Right? Yes, they are right to oversee our affairs. Now, in overseeing, the government is not the last man. Mr. President is the government, and he is under not the watch of the house, but the president of a nation is under the authority of the kings of the land. Who questions the president if not the king? But here, what do we have? The president has it all. So it is time to balance the interests in the environment. How do we balance the interests of the people? How do we balance the interests of the environment? So that we can be able to move forward. So if the government has failed, then where do we rely on? If the pastors have failed, where do we rely on? From what we are studying today, you will find out that the pastors have never told you and I the truth. They are interested in the money that they will put in their pocket. You and I will know that the government have never told us the truth. The politicians have not told us the truth. They are only interested in the material possession that they are going to get in the process. So, we are teaching you so that you can be able to understand what it takes to govern a people. To govern a people is not by tyranny. To govern a people is not by political approach. Governing a people is by teaching the right principle. And who do you think in the environment is supposed to teach us this principle? The scribes. Who are the scribes? The lawyers. This is their duty. But the lawyers have failed in their duty. They are in every property looking for money. They are in every court looking for money. They are in everywhere. The lawyer is in doing everything in the country today. The duty of an estate manager is even the lawyer is he manages an estate. Look at how the country is. The lawyer is in the estate to manage estate when the estate management students are there to do their work. The lawyer will go and do it. The lawyer will be in agreement of the land. The lawyer is in the court. The lawyer is everywhere. What a useless environment. And they call themselves learned men. Where is the learned act? Where is it from? The lawyer wants to be everywhere. He is in politics. He wants to take over the environment. That is not his duty. This is why our environment can never achieve its potential, because we have neglected our duty and bastardized the process of livelihood. Now, let us proceed. God himself saw all these things and partitioned responsibilities. A lawyer is nothing but a secretary. That is who you are. Forget the wig that you are not learned. The lawyer is never a learned man. If you call the lawyer a learned man, what will you call the pastor? What will you call the king? The lawyer is nothing but a secretary. He's not learned. So it is time we begin to know who is learned in the environment and who is not learned. Stop deceiving the people with the wig you wear. Because if you are learned, you are to teach the people. Their duty is to teach the people about the land, the laws of the land, and the activities of governance. In every sector, you are the one to teach. You are the one as a lawyer to remind the leaders their duties and responsibilities in all spheres of operation. But today, the lawyer is hunting a land that he will go and write agreement for. If a lawyer is writing agreement for your land and you say that is the right thing, then what is the work of the other man? For crying out loud, we have people that went for estate management courses in school. We have people that went for one profession or the other. So why is the lawyer occupying everything? Because he's a lawyer. A liar. That is whom he is. He's a liar. He lies. His duty is to take minutes of all meetings. His duty is to be secretary of every organization. That is whom a lawyer is. He is a scribe, a writer. The lawyer is common, a writer. It's just common, a writer. But today, we have given the lawyer the wig that gives him the impetus to stand to say he's judging. Even in a court law, you see a king standing trial. Are you not mad? You're not stupid. That's not stupidity. How can someone of the middle or lower hierarchy judging someone of the higher order? Is that not stupidity? So the country has gone out of a proper way of governance. And that is why crime is growing. That is why crime is growing. Now, the law and the principles of the law, as we mentioned, has to do with the people of the middle hierarchy, not the lawyers. So these are the areas that we are going to look into in the new nation. Who is who? What is their duty and their responsibility? And then everyone will face his duty and responsibility towards a unified, perfect environment of peace and unity. If we continue in this disarray of oppression, then we are not ready to fashion an improved environment. You see, the system of governance that we adopt is what the Western world brought. They gave us their system and we adopt it. They bury our own system because they know that our system challenges their oppression. Okay, we have international criminal court where people go and make their plea or judgment for what problem or the other has internationally. And the world every day talk about terrorism, killing. But 3 million people were killed in Nigeria by the British government, and nobody is talking about it. So are we saying that British government is not supposed to face the law? The whole race of mankind, a whole black race, was destroyed by this Western world that is telling you and I about crime. But they instituted this crime in our environment. The fraud that our children are practicing today is what this useless white men brought to us. They taught our children fraud because they came to defraud us. And when our children have grown to be wise, to know what they are doing, and our children copy them, they now begin to cry, to hunt them here and there. The people that are supposed to be hunted as crime committers is the British government and our citizens. They are the people that have destroyed this world. That Nnamdi Kanu is agitating for a separation from a demonic governance. And the whole world kept quiet and silent and said they plotted to kidnap him in a country. And the whole world kept quiet. They say it's good. It's very good. Yes, it's good. That is how useless we can be. That is how useless we can be. And an Igbo man, a king, is going to go and beg a clone man who has committed crime. The government has committed crime, and upon their crime, their ego is high. They say it's the right thing. The British government says it's the right thing. America says it's the right thing. That is a good operation. When will we come out of these shackles of wickedness and darkness? Whether you like it or not, the savior that the Eastern nation has today is Nnamdi Kanu. That young man have done more save Jesus Christ in the life of mankind. The black race value today is Nnamdi Kanu because they have made you and I to be nothing before the war. It is believed that a black man is nothing. A black man is a hunger, or he needs money. A black man problem is just money. Give him money, he is okay. But Nnamdi Kanu have told you that Igbo man is that exemption of that black man insinuation around. Igbo man is not that black man that loves money. Igbo man is not that black man that goes after oil, well, and rubbish. We will leave those things and go one day. Igbo man is that man who wants his peace. Igbo man is that man who wants to govern himself. Igbo man is that man who wants to live at will. So, if the government have established a will of governance, I don't think a lawyer will have a mouth in this country. Look at, they will fathom a process of rigorous approach of the law when the Bible makes it simple. The lawyer doesn't read the Bible, but the law is the Bible. The lawyer only studies religion and history and then begin to study their law languages, what they do in the court, how they deceive people in the court. A matter that will be handled and trashed will take 5, 10, 15 years, all because they need to get money. They want to take money. And when the lawyer is before the court and he did not get the transport from his client, he will adjourn the case because they didn't give him transport. When will we grow out of this rubbish? When will we learn to do something right in this country? And I don't think the country have any other space left. The country is collapsed. It's completely gone. Now, in a system of governance, and the lawyers call themselves the leaders of the law, the ample leaders of law. Okay? But the government is violating this law every now and then. The politicians are violating this law every now and then. You don't hunt them. But you go after a small boy who have taken 2 million naira for his problem. You go after him and jail him, life jail, give him 97 years imprisonment because he defrauded a bank or because he took 2 million from an account. But the politician who has been bagging what belongs to the people is being honored and being given a higher place to sit. Is that not useless? Are you not stupid? The magistrate who is to handle a case between the government and the people now favor the government, so the government will spare her husband and then intimidate an innocent soul. So tell me a way forward in Nigeria. There is no way forward in Nigeria. I don't know how you feel out there, but this is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. If you are a leader in the East and you have a hope for Nigeria, I, Dr. Charles Chukwuemeka Amanze, tell you there's no hope for Nigeria. It's a dead zone. It's a dead country. Whether you like it or not, it's a dead country. We are only expecting the day the wind will come to blow what the stone, and that stone is a man Nnamdi Kanu, have crushed the image of Babylon. So we are waiting for the wind to blow it away so that we can start a new nation. If it is Nigeria, I am ashamed to be called a Nigerian because what we do is outside what is called the right thing. The pastors who engage in the business of the God, who prove or believe that they know the law, who we expect supposed to tell government this is wrong and this is right, are all interested in the money. Give us the money and we are okay. But Igbo man makes the money. Igbo man doesn't beg for the money. I don't think there is any tribe today, even with the oil well that you people possess all over this country, I don't think there is any tribe that is richer than Igbo tribe. I don't think there is such tribe. We are not in your government. We are not in your business, but we are making progress day by day. We were fine in the 16th century before the invasion of the Western world. We were okay, prosperous, moving forward, great, and feared by the whole world until they came together to dislodge that threatens them. Igbo man is a threat. Igbo man is a threat to the world. And because Igbo man is a threat to the world, Igbo man wants his independence so that he can challenge the dark approach of the world. Because the world is a darkness. It's a darkness. It's a darkness. Look at the political approach in the United States. Look at the political approach in London. Look at the political approach in Nigeria. You will see that these are all borrowed approaches of intimidation, humiliation, killings, and subjugation. If you kill Nnamdi Kanu, which you cannot kill him, more, thousands like him will come. If you kill Dr. Chukwuemeka Amanze, which you cannot, thousands of my kind, more dangerous than my kind, will come. Because it has been written in our hearts. Upon the rock, it has been written. And it can never be erased. And we will continue to come, and you will continue to kill until the time that you will be killed. So Nnamdi Kanu is the bet. If the United Nations feel that they know or they want peace in the world, Nnamdi Kanu is the bet. We have presented Nnamdi Kanu. Oya, kill him, butcher him, bring us his head. We want Nnamdi Kanu head. Bring his head to us. Nigerian government, bring Nnamdi Kanu head. The Boko Haram are in the bush, terrorizing the people. The bandits are there. You have never done your clandestine Maradona to go and catch their leaders. ISIS have established their camp in the north, and you are doing nothing. But a man who is busy talking to his people, you castrate him. So why will he be talking? Because of his talking, you even ban a media outfit called Twitter. That because of Nnamdi Kanu, Twitter operation is banned. They refuse to remove him from the operation. You see how useless the country of Nigeria is. You see how cowardly our leaders are. Third hierarchy. Those of the third hierarchy, their duty is to take care and maintain order in the environment. But rather, instead of them to take care and maintain order, they brought in tyranny. They remove the care and bring in kill. They kill us in numbers every day. There is no day in Nigeria, the news you will hear is unknown gunmen on the left, Nigerian army on the right, and the agitation on the front. That is just all you hear. There is nothing encouraging in this whole country called Nigeria. The youth are not being taken care of. Let me tell you something, fellow youths. You see, poverty that the country has placed you and I in has made us not to know our value. Your father will send you to school. Your school fees in a year is not less than 200,000 naira. I'm not talking about the house rent. I'm not talking about the books we buy in the school or the handout we purchase. At least fees paid. Only just school fees. And I don't mean other ones. At least if you didn't pay at all, 200,000 to 250,000 will go out of your pocket. You pay this for 4 years, some 5 years, and graduate with a useless certificate somebody signed and gave to you. And then a politician will come in your community to empower you. He gives you an Okada of 250,000 naira, and you are happy that he has empowered you. Are you not an idiot? Are you not a fool? A politician will come, the empowerment he will bring to you, a potential youth, a potential leader, a future concern is to give you machine. Make you go the run for road. One day, I tried. My car was bad. I decided to use my power bike. When I landed at Imo State Airport, I called for my power bike to come and pick me. That I didn't come to drive. I was supposed to go through Port Harcourt, but circumstances were around that I must come to Imo State. So I flew to Imo State, and our flight landed late. I called for my power bike to come and carry me, because I didn't want to go on taxi. I didn't want to drive. I said, let me ride my bike for now. The power bike came to pick me. You didn't know, from the airport to my village, I nearly died. You know, we're cold. I now begin to imagine, is this what our brothers suffer at night with Okada? Hi. And that is what a politician see as an empowerment to give to you, a youth who have spent these years in university. And you say it's good. You are good to be destroyed. That politician, instead of you to bring his head and put inside the spoke of that machine and ride, so let him see how it feels to ride the machine. Did he himself, as a politician, ride a machine to succeed? The work they are now creating for you is Okada. When they use the Okada to deceive you, when they go to power, they ban the Okada. Say the Okada now is armed robbery. Do you see how they sponsor the crime and also stop the crime? Do you see how they sponsor the environment and also stop it? But when a leader have come, he use Okada and Keke to do campaign, and he say, he has created a job for us. The job they create for you is to drive. Or they give you gun. If they don't give you gun, they'll give you Okada. This boss that is, this small boss that is reigning now, they can't buy it and give to you. Now lie. They'll give you Okada. Where you will be smart enough to hijack ballot boxes for them and make them win election. And when they come to power, they say, the machine is what the hoodlum. They created it. So stop it. The hoodlum. But they are the ones who empowered and send them to go and do hoodlum activities. When will we learn? When will we come out of our shackles and worship the true God and do the right thing? When? Instead, you can ask me, when will you learn? Now, election has come. Institute and regulate worship of God. Is the government of Nigeria regulating the worship? No. But rather, they empowered a group of people called the bandits and gave them assignment to start slaughtering churches. Instead of them to institute a regulatory system for the worship of God. Now, what they bring to you is to kill those worshiping God. What a useless government. When will we come out of this barbarism? This is a barbaric system. And that is why I owe allegiance to Mazen, who came out boldly with his vigor, regardless of what will be offered. And he stood to say the truth and to tell the government where they have faulted. All of us mock at him. We conspired, even the lawyers conspired. Because the day Binte Nyako said he issued bench warrant against Mazen and the Kano, the lawyer is supposed to question that. On what ground? Someone that you want to go and kill, and he escape your murderous group, is he escaped being murdered, and you issued the bench warrant against him. And lawyers are in the court. They're claiming that they are lawyers. The day you know that the lawyers are the enemies you have in the environment is the day you wake up. They are the bed bugs. I have a lawyer. I don't care how you feel. But the lawyers are the bed bug in our country. They are the ones sucking our blood properly. Not even the politicians. It's the lawyers. But that is the people they will use to strike at the end of the day. Those are their strikers, their finishers. It's the lawyers. Wake up. It's time you to wake up, because why we are doing this is that, so you will not say that this thing come all of a sudden to you. It's not a sudden affair. It is a fact, a firm and unshakable truth. So the lower hierarchy is the duty of the governance of the people. I love you out there. I mean you well. I wish you well always. I want you to succeed. I want you to know that the life we are living is not the way we see it. There is more to it. There is more to this life other than material possession. Let us learn our duties and do it with a heart single to the glory of God. And I know when we do that, we will have peace in our environment. I know when you do that, you will find your part as a creature of God and then fulfill it. This is my testimony to you. Learn from us. Learn with us. Study as we unveil to you, step by step, precept by precept, line by line, until we have accomplished our work to usher in our new nation. I love you and I wish you well.